Hi everyone, back with the videos. It's been a little bit of a break, I apologise for that, but we've been quite busy with, well, both with work, obviously, and with the streaming TV that we've just started up, Optics TV. So if you haven't caught that, by the way, we're doing our second one this Thursday, so make sure you check that out, 11 AM on Thursday. We're going to be talking about digital training and how people that are maybe at home at the moment can kind of help themselves by learning new skills or just upskilling themselves in areas that they maybe already work in. But today I just wanted to do a little video on something that I actually did a blog about probably only a week ago, which was how CEOs or directors of companies can shine in this time. My feeling really is that this is an amazing opportunity for leaders of their businesses to really step up and show themselves or put themselves front and centre online, because there's an awful lot of people, awful lot of eyeballs that are looking online on social media sites, particularly places like LinkedIn at the moment. And the reason for doing this as a video as well as a blog, because some of the content is the same, is that, you know, by doing this I will reach a different audience, an audience that want to watch a video rather than read the article that I wrote earlier on. So I kind of recognised that and thought that this is such an important topic that I really want to try and, you know, get across or hammer across, that I'll do a video as well. So the thing that I'm thinking a lot about at the moment is that it's not business as usual. Everyone knows that, and hopefully it will be soon, because people will realise that we've got to get back to that world. But at the moment it's all about gaining attention, right? It's all about getting people to notice you and notice your business, and what better person to do that than the person at the top, the person that's running the business and taking responsibility for the leadership of their company and making sure that people know about it. Absolutely critical. But it's often not a very natural thing for people to do. So the aim of this video is to try and make it seem a little bit less daunting, hopefully, than it is, and just give you a few tips for where you might look to start this journey. At the moment, it's really clear that you can't sell online, right? You can't get up there and tell people that they should be using you. You've got to give away value. And I know that the people that follow me and hear from me regularly and read my articles and blogs will know that that's a message that I give out all of the time. And hopefully it's not getting boring, because it's just so important. It's all about giving away advice and tips and educating people, so that you get in front of them and you're in their psyche, so that when they need you, that you're one of the first people that kind of comes to mind. And hopefully that's something that I've demonstrated in my space. I think certainly if you ask people in the local area who they knew in digital, there'd be a very good chance that my name would be in the mix. And that's because I've spent years doing this kind of thing. So you have the opportunity to do the same thing and actually get going. The tips that I shared in this article recently were these. So the first place that you should probably look to start to get your message out is through things like LinkedIn articles. So this isn't the bit where you update LinkedIn and you just say what you're up to in a couple of sentences. This is on the homepage. Directly below that it says articles, and you click on that button and you can basically write a blog, right? So it's a part of LinkedIn that's set up to write longer form content. So you usually, you know, maybe look for like 500 words or so, put some links in there, you can put some images, you can put a nice big hero banner at the top. If you don't know where to get images from, by the way, there's a great site called Unsplash, which is free or royalty free images that you can use for those articles. So don't let that be a barrier to doing this. The reason that I like the LinkedIn article section particularly is because I find that you get quite a lot of engagement. So people actually bother to comment, they share it if they like it. And I get that more on articles than most other social media sites that I'm on, and I'm on a lot of them. So LinkedIn articles is a great place to write longer form content which you can share to kind of demonstrate your expertise and your thought leadership as a leader in your business. The second point was videos, and I did a video about this before, so I'm not going to go over the same things again, but you know, I use this medium because it's effective. You know, it gets you out in front of certain people, and you can do this through your YouTube channel, you can do this through LinkedIn, through Facebook, through Instagram. Once you've created the video, you could share it across all of those if you wanted to. There's lots of people that only like to watch videos as opposed to reading lengthy articles. So And this is the reason I started by saying, you know, why I'm doing this video as well as doing something about this in written word. So videos is something that you should really consider doing, and if you're interested, you should check out my other video about that. The next point I made was just about commentating socially. So this is about thought leadership and just making references to what's going on in your industry on a regular basis. So in LinkedIn particularly, if that's your chosen channel, it might be that you update that once or twice a week, maybe more, with sort of social commentary about what you're up to, what might help other people. Always think about your network. Who is following you and what are they going to be interested in your insight into? So you're a thought leader, you're a business leader, you're somebody who's an expert in your industry. Don't worry about what people will think about what you write. Yes, some people might be negative, but discount those. Most people will be overwhelmingly positive about what you say and help you in your journey if you get going. So commentating socially on this kind of stuff is really important. The next point I made was about engagement. So actually getting on and helping other people is really important when it comes to thought leadership, because you can't just be seen to be somebody that just talks at everybody the whole time and never goes and helps anybody else, never goes and shares anyone else's content, never goes and comments on anyone else's content. If you do that, it's very one way and people will see through that quite quickly. So if you're going to set your stall out as a thought leader in your business, then you should at least consider that point. And then my final point was about blogging. So this is, unless you've got your own blog, you're probably going to be looking at something like your company's blog. And the point I made here was that a blog written by the CEO or the director of that business is more likely probably to be looked at in a certain way by certain people, not by everybody, and it could easily be shared more, it could be commentated on more, because you're hearing from the person at the top, and it's quite kind of fascinating to hear what those people have to say. In terms of kind of thought leadership and areas that it falls into, there's kind of three different areas in my view. There's thought leadership on your industry. So, you know, what's your industry going through at the moment? How's it affected by COVID? All this kind of stuff. And it could be about trends, you know, pivoting businesses, how all that kind of stuff is happening. Then there's thought leadership on your company. So, you know, how you run your company, how you run your team, your kind of HR practices. Maybe you could talk at the moment about how you're dealing with all of the kind of things like furloughing and all of that sort of stuff, and values and vision and things like that. So, you know, probably people like Richard Branson would probably fall quite nicely into that kind of category. And then you've got the thought leadership, which is more kind of product or service based. So, you know, somebody who is kind of really at the cutting edge of their field and wants to talk about and share knowledge of what's going on, what are the latest things that are happening from a product or service basis with other people. So they're actually feeding the machine and helping other people to kind of really keep ahead of the curve when it comes to these services and products. So again, that's another area that you might fall into as a leader of your business. I guess for me, I probably kind of fit into two of those. The last one, the latter, you know, trying to share cutting edge stuff, but also talking about industry and trends as well. So, but that's me. You know, not everything that I do is going to be right for you guys. Just to end off really, and to kind of give you some thoughts about what you might talk about. You know, if you're in a service-based industry, then you probably want to think about educating people, and you know, what do you know the answers to that other people are asking themselves at this time? How can you use those answers and create content through video, through written word, and all the other different mediums? Give advice away, give value away, and people will find you. If you're in a more of a product-based business, then perhaps at this time particularly, you could think about doing things like demos. So you could do demos through video, you could do live streams demos, you could maybe do consultancy via video, all of these kind of areas where you're actually showing off the products that you have. And if you can then align those to actually what's going on at the moment in the world, even better. You know, if there's a particular benefit that your product brings to what we're all going through at the moment, then that would be a really, really clever thing to bring to screen. So there you have it. that's my quick video today on why I think CEOs and directors have an awesome chance to shine at the moment. I hope that's been useful. I will be back again soon. Don't forget the live stream on this Thursday at 11 o'clock. And until next time, I'll see you then.